All right, hello guys. We are into part 3 of our fan-voted best Targaryen bracket. And this stream, hopefully we should get done with, or we will get done with round 1. And then we'll hit on like round 2 and some stuff like that. And yeah, so we're just gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a nice chill time. Let me know how everyone's day was, whether that's people coming into the stream or you guys watching this later on. Let me know how your day was in the comments. But we have a couple interesting round 1 matchups to look at just to begin with. And honestly, it's been a couple weeks, so I guess we'll do kind of a little bit of a refresher on what this is. So more or less, this is a bracket. I put, some of the most named or popular Targaryens into a bracket. So as we go up here, there's just a lot of them. And I put a poll in the chat for you guys, and you guys can decide which Targaryen you like better. And again, I know people have this question all the time. What are we rating this on? Are we rating it on who is my favorite, or who is the best in your opinion? It's really whatever you want. If you want to do this off of who your favorite is, or who you think the best character maybe that's written is, do what makes you happy. There's no real strict guideline. Hi Evie, how are you? How is your day? How's it going, Josh? Good to have you back in the stream. How is your day? How have you been doing? And yeah, so that's kind of the overall like outlook. But we do have a couple left to do with Rhaenys and Baelon Targaryen, Bloodraven Riella, Darren the Drunken, and then Baelor the Blessed. So we have a couple Targaryens to get through in this stream, and then we'll go through round 2, which again, as these streams go, we'll kind of get further through this now, because the first round, inherently, you eliminate half of the names on here, so it just makes things go much quicker. But, yeah. Hi, Random Stuff, how are you? Hi, Amir, how are you? Hi, Ashley. I'm good. My day was good. I got some reading done and close to beating my reading goal of the year. Love to see that. Evie, what is your reading goal? I'm curious. But I'm glad you had a good day and stuff like that. My day was a pretty long day. So I started out with college again today, and so it was a lot of driving and then just sitting in class. And I found out today, because I had an MRI done on Friday, that I have a herniated disc in my back. So sitting down for long periods of time is not great, which is why we're doing standing up streams now or videos, just easier on me, and all of that. So yeah, just sitting down is not great. So yeah, school is kind of, it can be difficult times, but we're checking, or we're going through it. And then also tomorrow's video, for you guys that like my longer videos, tomorrow's video is going to be at least an hour and a half, I think. I'm doing Catelyn, I think 6, I believe. I think it's 6. I always get confused on the numbers. But that chapter is by far the longest so far that we've done on the reread. And it legitimately, it's a great chapter, but it drags on so long. So Catelyn 6 in A Game of Thrones is literally Catelyn recounting what happens after Tyrion, like the last Tyrion chapter, where they get attacked by the Mountain Clans. So then you get all of that, right, from Catelyn's point of view. They get to the Bloody Gate. We meet the Blackfish. We have another journey getting to the Moon Gate. We have an whole little thing there. And then we go, okay, now we go with Maya Stone all the way up to the Eyrie. And then another conversation with Lysa once we get to the Eyrie. It's just so long. So I have like 16 pages of notes for that video. So that one's going to be, yeah, But yeah. Hi K Fizzle, how are you? And I'm doing all right, guys. It's just, it's more like, I wouldn't say it's like I hurt that much. It's more like just an very uncomfortable feeling. Like it's not as bad as it was like a week or two ago, where like sitting down genuinely caused me pain. But we move. My goal is to read 100 books this year. That is a crazy goal. Evie, are you reading like longer books? Are you reading, like 400-page books? I'm just curious. Like, that's a pretty big goal. Thank you, Amir. Appreciate it. Thank you, Ashley. How is Sky? Sky's pretty good. Sky was not happy because usually I'm home during the day. So I got home at like 5 o'clock, and as soon as I opened the door, because nobody was home yet, and I could hear him meowing and stuff. So I had him up here. I was gonna, just in case he was still in my room, I was gonna have him on stream to begin the stream, but he wanted to do other stuff. My mom was gonna feed him, so he's good though. I like listening to your videos while I work and finish swapping the engine for. Yeah, see, Carson, that is when I like to listen to like podcasts, things like that. I really like that. I've kind of gone away from audiobooks because I like to like take in a lot of things, and sometimes like the first time I hear something or I read something, I sometimes just don't understand what it is, so I go back and read it again. And so yeah, I definitely like for instance, now that I'm driving like, it's 40 minutes to my college and then 40 minutes back, I can get through like an entire, or at least like over half of a History of Westeros like podcast. I love their podcast or their show. And so I got through like half of their Aegon's Conquest one they did today, which is fantastic. I'd check it out if you guys haven't. I'm reading long and short books plus standalones and book series. I'm currently at 75. That's very impressive, Evie. But keep going. You're going to hit that goal easily at your pace. Hi, Metal. How are you? All right, so let's start out. First one we have is Rainey's. Okay, hold on. Why can't I type in here? Okay. All right. I really hate that Streamlabs does this and it doesn't let me just type in the actual, like, thing. It takes me to another window. Oh, wait. This is going to be on screen. Hold on. All right. That should be good for stream now, right? Yeah, okay. So, first one is going to be Rainey's from Hot D. If I can spell her name right. So, Rainey's from Hot D. I know this is Ashley's favorite. Or Balon Targaryen. So I was actually like considering whether I should do Aemon or Balon. Now this is going to be the child of Jaehaerys. This is going to be one of his sons. I think it's his fourth child is Balon. Not sure about that. But yeah, Balon, I think I preferred putting him over. I think he's a cooler character. He avenges his brother. He's more of an interesting character than, Rhaenys' father, but I don't know. I mean, you could make some arguments. Hold on. So Rhaenys. I keep typing this wrong. Okay. Rhaenys, I like her. Yes, Rhaenys is pretty good, but I'll put that in the poll so you guys can go ahead and vote on that as you would like. I think Rhaenys is probably gonna win, but But yeah, let me know how your guys' day was. What'd you guys do today? I got to, after the stream, I still got to record again, probably, because my recording's about 45 minutes in for tomorrow's video. So I got to finish recording that, which is going to be probably another 40-ish minutes, because I'm only about halfway done. I got to edit that. So again, long night when it comes to recording / editing tonight. So that we got to do tonight. I already have most of next week's reread done because Ned 10, he already has 10 chapters. That's kind of wild. We're not even halfway through the book and he's got 10 chapters. But that chapter is only like 6 pages. So that's nice. Nice little break for next week. But yeah. Oh, shout out to my mom. She got me a mug with like my first letter of my name on it. So we love that. We love our mom things. She was an amazing cast as Rhaenys. I 110% agree, Ashley. Rhaenys should win this one hands down. That is the order of things. I 100% agree. Stayed inside and tried not to inhale the smoke from the... Yeah, Ashley, you should probably stay inside. I will say where I live, it was super hot today. Like, it was super hot. I don't know what the temperature was today, but walking to class, because it's like a mile to like my classes. The parking's like really far away. And I was basically sweating by the time I got to class, so... my day was pretty good. Made myself some... You guys are always making, like, some really nice stuff whenever you come into my chats, okay? And here's the thing, right? So I usually eat directly after streams. You guys make me so hungry. That sounds so good, random stuff. Um, the only boss I know is Robert of House Baratheon. That's a fair one. Robert, you do be a pretty cool guy. One of my favorite characters to study, for like a character analysis type stuff. Ugh, losing my voice a little. Not losing my voice, but a little gassy. I don't know. All right, so we're gonna give this to Rhaenys. I think she wins this like fairly easily. Yeah, I mean it's 9-1, so we're gonna go for Rhaenys here. I don't think this is a surprise to like anyone. Also, I know this isn't that many people in this stream, and Matthew's not even in the stream yet because I was gonna remind him. But for the people that are in the Grease Goblins Fantasy Football League, the draft will be tonight at 8 p.m. Central Time. So, you know, get ready for that. But Blood Raven or Rhaella will be next. So this is the Mad King's wife. Pretty good character. She got a really bad matchup. Did I spell her name right? I feel like I didn't. Yeah, I didn't spell her name right. Hold on. I can't type. You guys should know this by now. If you've been in my streams long enough, you guys know I can't type. Or if you've seen like videos or thumbnails and like the type or the spelling is just wrong. It's like, yeah, you guys just know this by now. Okay. I think this is another pretty like easy one, but you know. I made some grilled chicken breasts with honey sriracha sauce. Ooh, that feels real good, Josh. That feels real good. I'm gonna actually have some baked chicken after this, so I definitely can relate to you on that one, Josh. It really irritates me that the show took Rhaenys' war council scene and gave it to Daemon, then gave her that stupid coronation scene because she needed something to do. So yeah, I agree, Ashley. And I think, you know, me and you have talked about this a lot, especially in streams, is Rhaenys is just a very underutilized character. And it kind of feels like they knew that, right? It kind of feels like they understood that, oh, you know, Rhaenys has kind of been pushed to the side. She didn't really have a lot to do in the first season. So we give her this big moment where, you know, she just comes through the ground and she's like, oh, is Rhaenys gonna kill the Greens? Is she gonna... And it's like, obviously, from a story point of view, us, the audience, know she ain't gonna do shit. Because then there's no story. So it's a really hollow moment for me. And it also is like... This is just a very awkward scene for Rhaenys as a character going forward. She doesn't feel bothered at all that she just killed hundreds of people. Like... And you go to the best scenes that she could have had, and they just weren't there. Like, Daemon was not a character that needed that scene, Ashley. Daemon had plenty of moments, right? He was just coming off of probably one of his best episodes in episode 8, right? Where he had his relationship with Viserys was fantastic. So I kind of agree with you on that. I would like to see Balon and Aemon together in a live TV series because I want to see the great on the day. Yeah, I agree, Aina or Evie. I think that would be a really cool. Jesse, you are not late. Okay, you're fine. I can agree with you on that, Moe. He is a badass when it comes to you know, using a hammer. But I like the psychology of a character like Robert. It is one reason I really enjoy him. Rhaella is such a tragic character. Yeah, she deserved much better. Especially than the Mad King. She just deserved a lot better. Yeah. What exactly do we know about Rhaella besides domestic violence and her protective of her children? I mean, we don't know a ton, right? We don't know a ton about Rhaella. She's a character that, I mean, again, look at the normal story, right? Who is the only person that's going to have really any ties to Rhaella is going to be Dany, and she, again, didn't know her mother. You know, you'd have characters maybe like Barristan. So I think Barristan, if we can get some more on Rhaella through a character like Barristan, and this is one of those reasons where I keep saying Barristan has so much more he can do for the story than just die at the beginning of Winds. So again, I'm someone, again, that I've really said this a lot. I think Barristan should live just for the possibilities of giving us more insight into Rhaegar, giving us more insight into Rhaella, the Mad King. Oh, there's so many things because he's witnessed so much. And with characters like Pycelle dying, the characters that, have this information keeps getting lower and lower and lower. That's something we can probably talk about. I'd be interested to see, since we're in a stream, right? George R. R. Martin, I was going to make a video on this, but I didn't really feel like I had a good answer for the question of, there's this idea that George R. R. Martin regrets killing a character, and that maybe that's making it tougher to write within Winds of Winter. And I really don't know who that is, so I'd be interested in who you guys think. I mean, I think for me, it's probably Kevin Lannister, but at the same time, I don't know why that's the case, because that would allow a character like Cersei to stay in King's Landing, kind of gain her power and things of that nature. So I don't know. I would be interested to see what you guys think about that. Being married to Aerys and being the mother to Rhaegar, what a terrible fate. I agree. Episode 9 ending was so awful. Agreed. Which is so crazy to me, Diamond, because again, I don't know if I made a video like making or like talking about what I was most looking forward to in the show. And again, a couple of them haven't happened yet, but the one that I was the most looking forward to was how they were going to handle the Green Council. And the Green Council was episode 9 basically, and it was my least favorite episode of the series, maybe outside of, I think is it episode 3 is the Stepstones episode. I think that episode was also bad, so I don't know. Well, okay, I shouldn't say it was a bad episode, it was a bad ending. Look forward to learning more about Rhaella and Fire and Blood Part 2. Yeah, I agree. Actually, see, this is the thing, right? I am like kind of in this weird position where I want Winds of Winter to come out, but if Winds of Winter is never going to come out, I would rather get Fire and Blood Part 2 than not. Because I'm just so interested in the Targaryen history, and I'd love to just know more. I'd love to see the hammer and the anvil play out in a TV show, and the Raven's Teeth raining arrows. And yeah, I think the perfect next step for the show, or the shows of HBO for Game of Thrones, is to do the first Blackfire Rebellion. Or what you do, right? And I know they're doing Dunk and Egg, but I really think you could do, right, the first Blackfire Rebellion, and then follow that up with the Dunk and Egg show. I know that's not the way they're going to be doing it, but I think that'd be a really good moment where you could be doing it in chronological order. It was a rule of cool. Yeah, that's kind of exactly the way I look at it, Maz, because if there's no real consequences to that scene, it really feels like a dead scene that it made no sense to have in it. Just read Sam's chapter where Aemon dies. Makes me. That's a real tearjerker, Carson. Rhaella was also rumored to be in love with Bonifer Hasty Toure. Yes, that is a rumor of that, Josh. Hi Sterling, how are you? I think they wanted to have him doing something when he was ignoring Rhaenyra's cries as she struggled to birth their daughter. Yeah, I guess, but I don't know. I just think giving that moment to like Rhaenys and Corlys and others than just Daemon would have made more sense to me. As a massive fan of the Baratheons, I would like to see a series on Robert's Rebellion, but I don't think they would do it well. So, the way I look at the Robert's Rebellion, I do not see us ever getting a Robert's Rebellion series until after George passes, or the Song of Ice and Fire series is concluded. Because there's just so many things that we don't know about Robert's Rebellion that impact the normal story. And so I just feel like I would do that one after like we get this idea that the series is not getting done or it's done. But I do agree. I think the show really tends to lean into the Targaryens. And so, yeah, I don't know. I'd be interesting to see how you do that, because in this scenario, right, the Targaryens are the villains by all accounts. So how would that go, right? That's something we've also seen HBO and probably, Ryan Condal and all the House of the Dragon team, where it's like, you really don't want to make the Targaryens the evil guys again. We saw how it worked out with Dany. People didn't like it, so. Barristan and Jaime. Yeah, Jaime's another one that it would be awesome to see if we get some more information on Rhaella. The two most likely are Aemon or Kevin. I agree. I think that could be, those are both good candidates. Because Aemon, again, has a lot of information, just so much that he could tell us, whether that be about Bloodraven, whether that be things he experienced in his younger life. There's just so much there, world building wise, that I could definitely see that. I wonder what Rhaegar and Rhaella's relationship was like, since he was old enough to understand what his father was doing to her. Yeah, that could be interesting as well. Like, Rhaegar, it doesn't seem like he really stepped in to help his mother. That's an interesting question, Ashley. I'd love for, that would be a great question to, like, if you were ever to ask George a question, because obviously this is my thing, right? There's so many questions you'd love to ask George about things that haven't happened yet, like Winds of Winter or, things like that. But a question like this, where it's like, what was Rhaegar and Riella's relationship like? He could possibly answer that because it doesn't really, like, impact a lot. That would be a really great question for him. Wouldn't the Lannisters want a Lannister there for Cersei as a represent? Yeah, they would. And that's one thing where it's like, you don't want all of the Tyrells to have all of the power. You're gonna want one of the, maybe the minor Lannisters to help. I don't know, but yeah. Okay, Evie, you agree with Maester Aemon? I definitely see that. But yeah, Amir, I love Targaryen lore. I've just, it's very interesting to look into, like, their rule. And I think more specifically, the reason I like Targaryen rule a lot is I really like the Maesters and how they are kind of undercutting a lot of things. There's this quote I did in the last Ned chapter we did that I think is really telling, where Maester Pycelle says, "We don't serve a ruler, we serve the realm," which is like, what? No, that's not really what your job's supposed to be. And it's very suspect because, like, as a person, right, how I serve the realm might be viewed differently than someone else. So I just thought that was nice. And I really like looking into all of these suspicious moments in Targaryen history that could maybe lead to that. Would be fun if we get something for Between the Doom and Conquest. Yeah, that'd be really cool. Having 3 battles in one day and winning all of them for the Stadlands would be a logistical nightmare for filming and pacing too for a router. But yeah, I agree. That would be really tough to do. Did you finish the Maester Conspiracy series? So Diamond, I have a Maester Conspiracy series that I did a long time ago. It's one of the series that I'm more proud of. It took a lot of effort. When it comes to the research side of it, it wasn't a good, like, visual video. And it's something I do want to update in the future. But I more or less have done what I've wanted to do with that. If you're talking about the Preston Jacobs one, the only reason that one didn't get finished is because I had recorded to up to the finish. Like, I'd watched everything Preston Jacobs did, and then the recordings got corrupted, and I just didn't really think it made sense to redo them after I'd watched them. The video would not be as entertaining. Hi, Matthew. How are you? And also, Matthew, our fantasy football draft is tonight, so you better draft a good team. That's all I'll say. But, yeah. But, oh, yeah, okay, getting back to the Maester Conspiracy thing, I do want to remake that series at some point down the road. I'm just not sure when I'm going to. I want to revisit that series when we get, like, Fire and Blood Part 2, maybe. Or maybe another Duncan Egg novella. Just something that has more information to it. But yeah, I definitely want to redo that. And I've kind of added on to that series as I've gone on, as I found more information. So yeah, that's how I'll look at that. Is that why you're wearing that shirt? Or no, this is why I'm wearing it, Violet. So I got home from school and I just felt, like, disgusting because I'd been sweating from, like, walking around campus and stuff. And I was like, what shirt am I going to wear for stream? And I was like, we'll just wear a football shirt, It was between this or a Colts jersey I have of Andrew Luck, but didn't really feel like wearing it. All right, so, and believe it or not, guys, so I am 23 years old. This is a shirt that I've had since I was in the 7th grade. So that's when I was, like, 13. So the shirt I'm wearing right now is, like, 10 years old. Kind of wild. But, if anything, that tells you how different my body has been over those years. But I don't know. All right. We're going to move on. Blood Raven wins the vote. I think that was, pretty obvious one. We now have Daron the Drunken versus Baelor the Blessed. Two very flawed characters. But for those of you that do not know, the Daron I am referring to is the one we see predominantly within the first Dunk and Egg novella. And then Baelor the Blessed was a king that was not very good. But, he helped make peace with Dorne, which is good. He did some not so good things with, imprisoning, his sisters and such, and, burning books and, just starving himself and overall not being a good king at all. And yeah, but yeah, he's there. Bloody Patriots fan. Well, hey, Matthew. When it's late in the draft, okay, if you start taking Patriot players, I will be mad. Like, this is the thing, right? The Patriots players are not good for fantasy, but, like, I have to get, like, one or two of them just for, like, loyalty reasons, So, and just, if you start, doing some things, you might get unmodded. That's all I have to say. I'm 34. I have shirts from concerts when I was 17 to 18. We love to see that, Maz. Love to see it. Well, yeah. Okay, Maz. I've seen your, like, profile picture on Discord, and I think it's Instagram, and you're a built man, so that's all I'm gonna say. Every time I see the emblem on his shirt, my eyes start to burn. Good. My boy Daron was depressed. He was doing his best. Yeah. Sometimes you just want to drink and you want a whore. That was Daron in a nutshell, man. My guy was just kind of like, he was probably getting, screwed over by the dreams. He was seeing all, like, my boy Daron, he just had a rough life. Yeah, the best thing Baelor did was starve himself. Violet, I can't disagree. Good luck to whoever gets my Steelers defense. Well, Ashley, your Steelers defense, low key is a hot pick. I won't lie. Devontae Parker is a classic wide receiver 3 bench this year. Fizzle, you have a lot of confidence in Devontae Parker. I do not. Like, the only receiver I kind of feel okay about for the Patriots, like right now, is Juju Smith-Schuster. We drafted a rookie this year, and I think he could be good in the future, but, like, I don't know yet. I feel so sad for Daron the Drunken because I believe he was suffering from dragon dreams, which caused him to... Yeah, I agree. Thank you for the compliment. Lots of work. Maz, I understand, right? It is... Okay, that's another thing that's driving me nuts. So, I am someone that has basically worked out or, done some sort of cardio like 6 weeks or 6 days out of the week for the past, like, year and a half to 2 years. And since I've had these back problems, I've had to stop that. It actually is driving me nuts. Like, having, like, not being able to do anything, it just, Now, I will say, it is nice to have the extra time to, work on videos or, do whatever. And I'm going to need it with classes and stuff, but, it is, whatever. He did save the Dragon Knight. We'll give him that diamond. We'll give him that. Unfortunately, the Dragon Knight, would die for Aegon the Fourth, which is, not great. Good luck with Juju. Yeah, we gotta love them TikTok stars, okay? That's all I gotta say. Gotta be honest, I haven't been watching any football this year, not CFL or NFL. Well, Matthew, as long as you don't pick my players in the draft tonight, I'll be okay with it. Yeah, Josh, we are on the same wavelength. That's all I gotta say. Same wavelength. All right. How's this poll going? Yeah, okay. Daron just smoked Baelor, and honestly, well deserved. The dude is just like, eh. Now, Daron, unfortunately, I'm just gonna make this is not a hot take at all, but Alisane's about to kick your ass in the next round, but we go back up. And this is where things get interesting. Wait, hold on. Isn't Magor already on here? Oh, it was Maekar. Okay. So Maegor versus Danny. Sheesh. Okay. This is an interesting one because y'all know, I sympathize with Maegor a little bit. I think he gets a little bit of a bad rep. I know this gets me in trouble a little bit. But, I do like Maegor. Now Danny is, she's cool. She's cool. I like her, but I don't know, man. If we're going off of, okay, who is, nicer? Who would I rather like have, a dinner with or something? Or like who I'd just like rather talk to would probably be Danny, but like Maegor is just so much more interesting of a character to me. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maegor has done way more than Danny has for her house, or for House Targaryen. Now she has revived the dragons. So there's that. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. Juju on the beat? Oh boy. We stan Maegor in this house? I agree. I agree 100%. This is a tight race, man. This is a tight one. It is separated by, I believe, 1, maybe 2 votes. Okay, for my Americans, right? So I was under the illusion, okay? So I'm taking this college class. I go to it. It's my first class in the morning. And I was under the illusion, like, we were, doing a class where it was like the build up of the Civil War, the American Civil War, and it was like during the American Civil War. Go to find out, the class is not about that. It's just about like what caused the Civil War. So it's mainly like all of the time period before the Civil War. And I'm like, what kind of tease is this? Like, this is still interesting. I really like history. Again, I have a channel which is, a lot of it is about the history of Westeros and stuff like that. So, but like, it's like getting teased. It's like I'm reading about, or it's like I'm taking a class during Jaehaerys' era and the reasons as to why the dance happened. And it's like, I could just learn about the dance though, and it would be so much more interesting. I don't know. It's kind of a buzzkill, but and of course, both my classes that I went to today both have group projects at the end, and I'm like, just God, please kill me, please kill me. I don't want to do group projects. They suck. I don't want to have to interact with people. They don't even. Huh. They're not the cool people, right? Like, they're not the people in chat right now. Okay, or you guys watching the stream or video after. They're not cool like that. Valerian come again, or the OG Black Dread. Oh boy. What if any impact do you think Quaithe will have on Dany's mental state going forward? I think Quaithe will instill more like untrustworthiness that Dany will have for other people. I think she will be someone that will feel more isolated because of the advice that Quaithe gives her. And it'll kind of go into this idea of being more of a dragon, like kind of the like idea we see with Olenna when she tells Dany to be the dragon in the show. That's something I could see Quaithe like kind of leaning into. That's the thing though. I need Dany to stop being so nice. I don't want mad Dany, but I want her to be a bit more ruthless. I can see that, Violet. I agree. IDK about that, Grease. Dany has almost saved her house from extinction. Yeah, well, so did Maegor. He did. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, exactly. If it wasn't for actually Jon Snow, who's gonna be a Targaryen, then their house would die. But George wanted to start Hot D in Jaehaerys' time, so yeah. But like, here's the thing, eventually, right, in Hot D, we're gonna get to the dance. In my class, we're gonna get all the way up to like Abraham Lincoln's election, and then the class is gonna end. It's like, I do agree. I think, Quaithe is trying to help as well, but I do think that will play into some of those issues that Dany may face. I don't think Quaithe is setting her up for failure, but I think the advice that she is giving to Danny is going to maybe lead her into more of a darker path. And I'm not saying Mad Queen. I'm just saying maybe she becomes not Megor the Cruel, but like a little bit more forceful, and she stops trusting people as much, especially women characters that she seems to trust. I don't want it. She's McQueen. Yeah, I made the thumbnail, by the way, for the season 8 is perfect reaction video that's gonna come up Saturday. And man, I have not realized this, but I use like the Danny Mad Queen, like, you know, when she's on top of Drogon and she's about to like go crazy. I've used that image in so many thumbnails. It's actually wild. But, you know. Facts, I hate FaZe Diamond. I just can't stand him, man. Like, I see a group project on the syllabus, and I'm just like, why? Like, why? I get it. Like, I get the point of it. It's like, oh, yeah, well, when you go to your job, you're going to be working with people. But yeah, here's the difference, right? And one of those, it's like, okay, I have to because, like, it's my job. I'm getting paid for it and stuff. And also, if that other person doesn't do their job, then they're going to get fired, okay? Like, or something's going to happen, right? In this class, it's like in class, it's like, okay, if I have somebody not doing anything, well, I'm also going to get like a failing grade if they don't do anything. So it's like, just so stupid. It's just dumb. It's dumb. I agree, Amir. Do you have any theories on who Quaithe is? So, Violet, not really. I thought my initial idea was that she was Shiera Seastar. But I don't know how I feel about that anymore. I really don't know, Violet, if you want me to be honest. Josh, I like the idea of her being Shiera Seastar. I don't know much about her being Melora Hightower, but I do like the idea of her being Shiera. Quaithe reminds me of Melisana. Not trying to sabotage, however, does so unknowingly. Yeah, I like that. I like that idea, Sterling. I like that thing. Okay, you guys do not want to leave this up to me voting. Okay, I'm just gonna let you know. If you are in the stream right now, you have not voted, decide. Okay, just do the vote because I don't want to get the hate comments that I'm a Danny hater when I choose Megor. Okay, Danny, it is. All right, whoever just voted, you have now allowed Danny to go forward. I don't hate it, but, you know, I'm also, like, a little salty. Megor went out, like, second round. It's fine. It's fine. He had a tough matchup. All right, now we get Baelor Breakspear against Viserys II. Again, this is another one where I'm like, my boy Viserys II was set up for failure. You know, like, Baelor Breakspear is by far one of the best Targaryens. And then you put him up against Viserys II, who I think is one of the best Targaryen, like, kings / rulers, because he was handed the king forever, basically. Man, this is just a tough one. That's just, yeah. And this is the issue. We get further in, matches get a little bit more tougher. Now, maybe for the general public it won't, but for me it is. I don't know. Depending on how Jon Snow is and wins, I think I'm switching to the... Oh, yeah. So, Matthew. We've talked about this, all right? It's Stannis, and then when Stannis dies, because he's going to die, it's going to be young Griff all the way. You know, I even if he is a Blackfire, it's young Griff time. Hey. You know, it's just, it is what it is, Josh. It's unfortunate. Unfortunate scenes. You know, I wanted Maegor to go through. You know, I wanted Viserys II to go through, and it's just not going that way. You know, it's okay. You know, it's just like when Sansa beat Stannis in the best of Song of Ice and Fire character. I thought, like, I literally had a breakdown on stream when that happened, because I was just like, how is this possible? Like, how? And I know it's because, you know, there was a few simps in the chat that were abusing the voting system. I'm just gonna, you know, I'm not naming names, Matthew. But, you know, that's all I'm gonna say. Hi, Billy. How are you? Billy Bob. And of course, you worship the goddess of tits and wine. I think, we must all, take wisdom in Billy Bob's counsel here. Love them both, but Baylor was a lot more efficient. I would disagree, Amir. Baylor was never really in charge of the realm, right? He was being groomed for it. He would have been a great ruler, but Viserys was the guy. He was the guy, okay? He was like hand of the king for like 40 years. And he had bad king after bad king. He had, young dragon invading Dorne. He wasn't ruling. He had Baelor the Blessed to deal with. He had he had his brother Aegon the Third who wasn't really ruling. So it's like, man, I'm a Viserys the second guy. Even if he is, there are two options. You can do what is easy or what is right. Fair enough. Ashley, yeah. Matthew is kind of a Sansa guy, That's what I heard. Yes, Josh. Okay, so this was in the early days of my streams. This is when I first started streaming. We did a Song of Ice and Fire. It's the same thing as this, different, like, it looked different, but it's the same thing. And it was like the top 64 named Song of Ice and Fire characters, and the final was Sansa versus Stannis, and Sansa won. But I was doing it through Google. What's the thing you send out that you can? It's like Google something. And people were voting on it. But the thing was, you could have more than one vote, so you could keep clicking on it, go like pressing back, click on Sansa, and then keep doing it. And it was a bad time. Sorry, but I'm the Breakspear simp. That's all right, Carson. That's all right. I'm not as like, I'm defending, my boy Viserys, but like, I'm not too invested. And while just changing alliances to whoever seems to be winning is an easy thing to do. Having a steadfast resolve to be the righteous cause is ultimately is the best course. Fair enough, random stuff. Remember Ashley? Sansa won the first election in a totally legitimate way. Yeah. Uh-huh. Viserys the second was a usurper. Jesse, you're a usurper. That's all I gotta say. Oh gosh, that's a problem. Matthew, you definitely do like Sansa. What are you talking about, dude? You can bully me for liking Rhaenyra. Well, I will bully you for liking Sansa. Whether it's true or not, you do. And Billy Bob's got the right of it. Why did you vote for her then? Exactly. Heck, I'm a Sansa stan, but she don't win over Stan. That's damn straight, Josh. You remember that for the next time we do that bracket. Risha's just trying to use me as a cover to confess. No. I will admit to liking Rhaenyra. Okay, you got me there, all right. But you can't. You don't put that on me. Okay. Smash that vote button like smash the Blackfire Army. Yes. I like old Nan more than Sansa. You do like them older women. That's all I'll say. All right, Baelor has won. Not to my liking. I'm not pleased with it. But, I mean, it happens, I guess. All right, Rhaenyra versus Daemon Blackfire. Now, this is where I will be butthurt, okay? I will be very butthurt. This should go without saying who should win this, okay? Daemon Blackfire is a real cool guy and all, and, whatever, but he's no Rhaenyra. We were talking about my undying love for Rhaenyra, but like, come on. Don't put this pretender above the real queen, okay? They're like wine, they need to age. Oh no. Oh no. Oh dear. This is book Rhaenyra. For me, Marco, that's how I take it. It's book Rhaenyra. Obviously Sansa would lose. There aren't really many she could take on in a fight. Fair. You know, so far I'm very disappointed in you guys. What is going on here? Daemon Blackfire? You mean the guy that got killed by arrows? Come on. Come on, man. What are we doing? Oh, this is disappointing. This is disappointing. I might have to use my veto powers on this. This is absolutely just this is, oh my god. You people just well, here's a spoiler for you guys, but I'm just saying Rhaenyra's death is way more satisfying, okay? Way more satisfying. If Rhaenyra's gonna die, okay, she gets eaten by a dragon. So much cooler than, oh, I got off my horse because and then he got shot. Deserve to die. Evie, you the true homie. That's all I gotta say. Ashley, how dare you? How dare you? Gosh, you're supposed to be like, we're supposed to be homies in this, and then you're just, Rhaenyra stinks. Hey, Marco, hey. She got killed by a dragon, okay? Maybe it was Aegon that ordered it, but like, saying, okay? Just saying. Rhaenyra may or may not have, you know, led to like so many people dying, like Rhaenys, like her children, like all the dragons, but like, she's an interesting character. That's all that matters. What do we even know about Daemon? Daemon is just like, I'm a chivalrous kind of guy. I'm a mad swordsman, so you should follow me. Daemon is basically the captain of the football team in high school. And nobody likes the captain of the football team at the high school. Right? Like, I don't know. I'm really trying to plead my case for Rhaenyra. It's really not going well. I'm not gonna lie, I just finished watching Hot D, and the writers are totally biased to Rhaenyra and whitewash her in the... Stop thinking about the show! Think about the book. Think about when Rhaenyra is like, brother, go kidnap Vaemond Velaryon, and then just feeds him to her dragon. Think about that Rhaenyra. That's all I gotta say. After you did... Fantastic line, Josh. Fantastic. The true Black Dragon. That's right. That is damn straight. Matthew, I'm glad you voted for Rhaenyra. I don't know how much I believe it, but you know, maybe you're making up for, you know, voting for Sansa. I don't know. Wow, this is disappointing. Well, wow, the popularity of House of the Dragon couldn't even save Rhaenyra. I see I'm just looking at this. It seems like we got a lot of Blackfire Rebellion stands in here. That's all I've got to say. All right, Visenya versus Baela. All right, let's just get this done. Let's get this done quick. We know where this one's going. Visenya is miles cooler. Like, let's not kid ourselves here. Baela's cool and all, but it's just not close. This one's not close. Like, I don't know. Maybe you guys think differently. But if you do, then you're stupid. Not actually stupid, but like, yeah, I don't know. The season 2 trailer should be dropping soon. Yes, I'll probably do a reaction to it. I'll have to do it differently because last time I did the season 1 trailer, I got a little in trouble with HBO. But to me, Daemon always felt like a figurehead that he didn't think for himself. But was manipulated by everyone. I agree, Violet. I agree. You know, I'm, seeing a lot of people saying, oh yeah, I voted for Rhaenyra. It doesn't look like it. It wasn't even close. Daemon had 2/3 of the vote. So some of y'all are lying. Or there's just a lot of people in the stream and I don't really know because I don't have viewer count on. So, I don't know. I agree with random stuff. I agree. I do think Daemon is like a compelling character, but I think Rhaenyra has way more to her character that we know of than Daemon. Now, give this, okay, Fire and Blood Part 2 comes out, and we learn more about Daemon's character, who he was, then maybe, yeah, I would actually agree. But Billy Bob, you're talking over here about the goddess of tits and wine, and you didn't, vote for Rhaenyra. Does Daemon have tits? I'm just curious. Just curious. I'm just curious. I'm just fine. Imagine if Daemon was the brother that Blood Raven loved in this quote to Bran. Yeah, I love that idea. I never thought of that idea, Josh, until I'd heard it on a History of Westeros podcast. But yeah, that's a really interesting idea. I like it way more. I always thought that it was Daeron, but I like that idea. The silent majority, yeah. Damn Grease, why are you attacking me? I did vote for Rhaenyra. Well, Matthew, I just gotta give you a hard time sometimes. Sometimes I just, I don't know. Sometimes I just gotta be a little bit of a bully. Like in the book, secret Blackfire loyalists are everywhere, waiting to rise up. It is true. I think Grease is a bit upset that she lost because he might want to give her the... no comment. Don't ever try to put Rhaenyra in the same category as... You know what, Billy Bob? Fair enough. Hi, Jesse. Yes, I know that... I found the joke pretty funny. Whoa. I have my green tea. Thank you very much, Matthew. Maybe if you paid enough attention during the stream, you would notice that my mug's been up here, like, frequently. Okay? This is one of the few times I've actually drank most of my green tea during the stream. So, Calling me prickly. Why? That's just... You don't see me coming at anybody else. It's just you. It's just you, man. Bloodraven didn't love anyone? I don't know about that, Amir. I don't know if I go that far, but I definitely get what you're saying here. What if they do a Blackfire series called Bloodraven centered around... So this is an interesting idea, Maz, that you have pointed out, because when I was doing my... It was a collab I did with House of the Stag, or the Voice of Old Town now, as he's rebranded his channel. One of the things we talked about was the cinematic universe, and that was actually his idea. He wanted to do the Blackfire rebellions, but just through Bloodraven's point of view. The way I wanted to do it was a bit different. I wanted to kind of take it the Hot D way, where it's like, we come into the series, Aegon the Fourth is still the king, and then you get the Blackfire rebellion happen like towards the end. I think it makes more sense for Daemon, as Daeron was way older than the rest of the Great Bastards. Yeah, I definitely could see that. Stay hydrated, my friends. Exactly. Omega, exactly. He's lying. Prove it. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you think I've been sipping on? Nothing? Team Black for T-Day, Gumlin. Yeah, here's the thing, Sterling, right? I'm a, Team Black guy, till the end, right? But, like, here's the thing. I used to have a chair. By the way, the chair I used to have, don't have that anymore, was a green chair. At one point, I had my lights were always on green for some reason. And I'm also drinking green tea. So, I'm kind of sending some mixed signals here. I won't lie. But my hair is, black, so... Big facts, drink water. Yes, and add that. We haven't done an Aquafina shout out, but drink Aquafina water. It's by far the best bottled water out there. And, yeah. Grease, you've been on D? No comment. All right, Basenia 1. I think, that just makes sense, right? Like, that one's not crazy. I got nothing to say on that one. This one, I'm going to have something to say on if you guys mess it up. If you mess this one up, then we're going to have a problem. So you have Aerion Brightflame. Again, another massive character in the first novella for the Duncan Eggs series. And we also have Aemon the Dragon Knight, who is probably one of the best knights of all time. So, I don't know. Basically, the idea of chivalry is Aemon. So, I don't know. We'll see. You know, if you guys go for the psychopath, I mean, you go for the psychopath. I don't know what to tell you. Sponsored hashtag. Exactly, Fizzle. Exactly. One day we'll get an Aquafina sponsor. That's all I'll say. That's my goal. That's my goal. Everybody else, they have goals like, oh yeah, I want to get a million subscribers. I want to get a ton of money. You know what I want? Aquafina sponsorship. I did not ruin nothing. Nothing, Billy Bob. Every time Grease says my tea, I think of a Saris and Hot D asking Rhaenyra for his meds. Maybe. Anyone can win against Arian? Yeah, fair enough. People out there actually voting for... So, okay. I have a little theory. I have a theory, right? I have a theory. My theory is that some people just vote to just be quirky, okay? They're just like, you know what? What can I vote for that people are not gonna like? And then there's other people in the chat that I think are like, what's gonna make Eric the most pissed off? And those people are like, hey, let's not vote for Rhaenyra. I don't know. I don't know. Arian was literally a dragon. He was. I would like to see a fight between Aemon the Dragonite and Jaime Lannister with both hands. Aemon is clapping cheeks, Evie. Like, destroying Jaime. I don't know about that, but like, it would be a good fight. But you know, it would just go to the Dragonite. You can't be named the Dragonite and lose to Jaime Lannister. It's just not happening. Matthew voted Arian, and dude, okay, this guy's like, why are you singling me out? And then he votes for Arian. Let's continue like nothing happened. We're just gonna, yeah. Nothing happened. All right, we have Nerys versus Ares the Mad King. All right, very interesting. You know, we just got done talking about Aemon, and here comes Nerys. Interesting. Unfortunately for her, she was, you know, she got married to Aegon IV. Not great. Probably a step up from Ares the Mad King. I don't know, they're both pretty bad, though. I mean, here's the thing, right? If you're Nerys and you're married to Ares, right? At least, like, he was a decent lad in his youth. Whereas, like, I mean, Aegon IV was kind of an attractive guy when he was younger, too. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know. But all I'll say is, okay, see, here's the thing. The Mad King is more of an interesting character, but Nerys is far more likable, and I like her character more. So, like, yeah, very interesting. I don't know. I'll be interested to see where this goes. See, I told you. Okay, I told you there were people in chat that were like, I'm gonna vote to piss some people off. And by people, I mean me. Here's Matthew, like, Grease pissed me off. That's why I'm voting. See? We got him on the ropes. The Targaryen should get exiled if they get beaten by a Lannister. I 100% agree, Violet. Rigged? Billy Bob? If it was rigged, Rhaenyra would have won already. Oh, should we angry vote to annoy him? Yeah, do it. I'll start playing games too. I'll be like, oh, I actually wanted the Mad King to win. Okay, and then all you guys vote for Nerys, and I'm like, ha, get bamboozled. Cersei would be mad that Aemon clapped Jaime's cheeks. He would be a little upset. The only time I vote for the Mad King. At least Aegon had whores to take his attention for a time, while with Ares, he never leave her alone, just like with Rhaella. That's fair. That's true. Is that a dare? Go ahead, Ashley. Do it. Ashley, you can do all you want here, because here's the thing. I've already lost. You can't defeat a man that's already lost. Like, who I would have said is the best Targaryen already lost. But, like, what more could you do to me? That's all I have to say. Rhaenyra just pissed she couldn't take the throne from a half-breed. Well, Aegon's a shit stain too, so you know what? It's okay. He takes guts to choke Wi-Fi. I'll give you that, Matthew. I'll give you that. He's spiraling. Nothing. There may have been something put into the tea, and maybe I'm joking. I'm completely joking. That was getting a little out of hand. Okay, I was going to a dark place with that, but we're fine. We're fine. The Mad King winning, I just don't feel comfortable with that. Like, I really just don't like that. It just feels wrong. Reset Tyrion moment. No. My Tyrion moment was when Stannis lost to Sansa. My other Tyrion moments. Okay, if you guys really want to see Tyrion moments, go back to when I was reviewing Rings of Power. There were some moments when I was reviewing that show, and mainly this is when it really got bad. Was when I would like watch any other YouTuber, and I would just kind of see what like they thought about it. And they would say, "Oh, Rings of Power is not that bad, and here's why." And then I'd be like, this would be my streams. It would literally be like an hour and a half of just me shitting on Rings of Power the entire time. I don't know. If you want to see a mental breakdown, especially go to the last couple of, if you go to like episode like 6 or 7, and you just want a good time. Oh, I just lost brain cells reviewing that show. Okay, Matthew, it's fine. You know, if you want to give away all of your credibility saying that the show was a masterpiece, if you want to be like a lot of the Lord of the Rings YouTubers and saying that it was good, probably because they were getting paid by Amazon, then, you know, go ahead. You know, that's okay. Milk of the Poppy Tea is bugging out. Now, we're going a little wacky. It's okay. I'm not going to lie. I think it's because I'm standing. Right? I just like, when I move around, you know, I feel like I got more energy. Just feel good. All right. So somehow Ares beat. I mean, it's not somehow, right? I'm okay with it, right? I'm not like super invested in either one of these characters, but like, it just feels wrong. It just doesn't feel right. It just, ugh. Okay, now Aegon II versus Luke. I could go either way with these ones, but like, you know, whatever. So Luke Velaryon, and you know, just based upon Luke has, you know, any relation to Rhaenyra, you know, probably means he's gonna lose because we have Rhaenyra haters in here. But whatever, it's fine. Maybe I want Aegon to win anyway, right? I don't know. He does have Aegon in his name. Very unique name for the Targaryens. They loved it so much that they used it like 20 times. But yeah. Rings of Power was hot shit. Yeah. And by Billy Bob, thank you for coming into the stream, as always. Never liked Tolkien's work, so I never cared about it. Interesting, Mirror. See, I'm a big Tolkien fan, so, you know. Josh. Hold on. There is a tempest in me. That Galadriel. God, that's stupid character. Stupid character. Just such a stupid character. Like, God. I don't want to think about that show. It hurts me. It genuinely hurts me to think about. I wish I got paid for saying that, but to be honest, I felt my stomach turn when I said that. Yeah, fair enough. Maybe that's how Rings of Power got created. You know, somebody was on the toilet and then, like, you know, Rings of Power just came out. All the ideas came from there. He has the crown, the sword, the throne, the name, all the symbols of legitimacy. Whatever you want to say. Whatever you want to say, Omega. It's fine. My condolences to Tolkien fans. Yeah. It was pretty much a slap into the face of anyone that, like, liked Tolkien's work. Like, reading it. You'd read the Silmarillion, like, it was just like a gut punch. Like, it's just like, okay. It's basically like, okay, this is how I'll explain it for someone that, like, hasn't read the Silmarillion, or no, if you're not a Lord of the Rings fan, but you're a Song of Ice and Fire fan, because you're in the stream. It's like, say, in season 1 of Game of Thrones, Ned didn't go to King's Landing. He went to Essos and met Dany. But then, at the end, instead of Viserys dying to Khal Drogo, Ned died to Khal Drogo. But all the while, there was a really convoluted plot. The dialogue was terrible, and nothing made any sense. That's all I got. Aegon's probably going to win, but I'm still going to vote for the losing side because I hate him so much. Let's go, Violet. Proud of you. I'm just saying, me and Violet have been on the same page, like, pretty much the entire time. So, y'all kind of need to learn from Violet. You know, stop listening to Matthew and listen to Violet. That's all I gotta say. I like the Luke. We just had to go, had more to go on him in Fire and Blood. I do think that Luke was Rhaenyra's favorite. I can see that. To be honest, I hate that people put their own political agendas and change things in other people's work. It's okay. So, yeah, I forgot that element of it. I forgot that element, Matthew. So then we're also going to put into the wall plot. We're going to say that, like, the wildlings are coming to take the wall's jobs or something, or Westeros's jobs, and that's why they're on the other side of the wall. Stupid shit like that, more or less. Well, Violet, okay, you had a hiccup. That's okay. You had a hiccup. That's fine. Aegon has the epic comeback arc, though. Yeah. I can't, you know, rightfully vote for Aegon because I'm a Rhaenyra guy. So, you know. Rings of Power was shit tier fan fiction. I wouldn't even say it was fan fiction because to be like, to do a fan fiction, right? You know, so you're like, look at Preston Jacobs doing the Winds of Winter stuff. You have to be a fan of it, right? You have to love what you're doing. Rings of Power isn't even a fan fiction. It just straight up hates you. If you're a Lord of the Rings fan, it hates you. Oh. I gotta calm down, dude. Rings of Power, like, makes my blood pressure go up, and it's just... Oof. People ask me if I'm gonna review season 2, and I'm just like, brother. I might do, like, one stream or video at the end, and just, like, completely shit on it, because I have no faith in them at all. But, like... Oh, reviewing it every episode. I don't think you guys understand. When I do my reviews, I stop, like, I let a scene play. But as soon as the scene changes at all, I pause it, write down everything that happened, my thoughts. Those take a while. So I'm watching, like, the full, like, hour of the show or whatever. And then also you're adding in notes and things I'm adding into it. So I vote same as you, 85%. Amir, you're good. I appreciate you. You're doing great. So kind of like Witcher situation. I don't know anything about the Witcher situation. And for people that were interested in my Witcher progress, so I'm going to get the first 2 books that you guys said I should get. I did not know that they were, you know, a thing. I did get done with Blood of Elves, or Blood of the Elves. Is that what the title is? I don't know. It's something like that. I got done with that, like 2 days ago, I think. It was pretty good. I have, like, some gripes with it, but I'm hoping those gripes go away when I read the other 2 books before it, so we'll see. It's real horrible when it's offensive, bad, not... Yeah, so it's like Fizzle. When I watched Rings of Power, genuinely felt insulted. I didn't feel like it was just bad, like this was just a bad show. I felt like they intentionally wanted to make me mad. Dreamers hate the source appeal and fandom. Okay, fair enough, Amir. Fair enough. They're not even filming season 2 in New Zealand either. That's half the magic gone. Oh, that's no good. You can't do that. You just can't do that, Josh. You just can't. All right, Aegon II is going to win. Who do we have next? Who's next? Oh, that's a good one to leave for the next stream. Okay. So Aegon is going to go forward. He's going to either play Aegon the First or Aegon the Sixth, which is Fagon. But we'll leave that for next stream. That'll be a good one to start off with, since it's a pretty interesting one in my opinion. But thank you guys all for stopping into the stream. It was an interesting one. You know, we got a little off the rails. We went a little wild, you know. But, you know, probably one of my favorite streams in a while. I enjoyed it, you know. Okay, hold on. I need to read this Matthew comment before we leave here. You know what, Grease? I'm going to take a hot shit on your porch and put a pic of Rhaenyra on it for all the smoke you're trying to start with me. Well, here's the thing, right? If I then take a picture of you while you're shitting and then put it in the Grease Goblins community page, then you'll be embarrassed. He's gonna go cry in his pillow. Violet, don't call me out like this. What are we doing? I may leave the stream on, and then you'll be able to see me right there crying on that pillow. You know, it's very passive aggressive, Matthew. But yeah, thank you guys all for joining in, and I'll see you in the next stream.